Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a personal reading for someone who had a lot of questions. They purchased my 4444 reading, if you're interested in knowing which reading this is. And right now, my prices are $44 for a reading that you get within 7 to 10 days, or $77 to get your reading within 3 days, plus an extra 10 minutes. So, if you're interested for allowing me to post this publicly, so going to see what the answer to your questions are. And this person's email reads, I want to go in depth about career, school, love, and soulmate. I want to know if I'll be successful. Am I on the right career path? What's my next step? Will I meet my soulmate? What does the future hold? Another question I have is, I noticed a lot of other readers, including yourself, use the term spirit. Who is spirit? One last question. Is there any main difference between a reading with you or John? So, that's a good question. I'll answer the one about me and John first. A difference between a reading with me and John? Yeah, there's definitely a difference. We're probably going to get very similar information tapping into the same subject, but because his energy is unique and different from mine, you're going to get a little bit of a different perspective. Sometimes if people want to purchase a reading from me and then John just to see if there's anything extra he'll pick up, and usually I'll communicate with him and tell him, like, this is, sometimes after the reading I'll tell him what I got or whatever. It's interesting, we'll discuss it. But you can also get a reading with me and John together so you can get both perspectives. He has more of that masculine energy, I have more of that feminine energy. It's not really specific to gender, it's just kind of how it flows for us. And so he's going to be able to give you a little bit better of a more masculine perspective, especially if you're wanting a love reading and you want to get the other person's perspective. I can tap into that, but he can too. And especially if you're dealing with someone who has a masculine energy, it's good to get that perspective from him. So the other question I'll answer for you is, who is spirit? And that's a really, really, hard question to answer. But I see spirit as source energy, like collective consciousness. It's everything, it's nothing, it's the void. And you know what? I'm actually being called to read you a page from this book that actually reminds me of this question. So this card is called the Green Man, and to me it really represents the energy of spirit, which to me is neither male nor female. It's like yin and yang, it's like female and it's male. It's part of all of us. It's one with everything that is and is not. So the Green Man reads, this card represents the god of nature in his aspect as the Green Man. It's like an archetype that kind of describes spirit in a way. Historically depicted as a leafy male figure with a foliate face, he represents the fertility of spring and the awakening earth, when vegetation begins to sprout. Early flowers poke through the barren ground, bud appear on trees, and there is hope for the end of the deprivations of the harsh winter. The Green Man has been impersonated since ancient times by men disguised as Jacko the Green and Bushy men, Bury men, Morris dancers wearing bells, wide men in hides, fools in tatters, and others in various cultures throughout Europe. The Green Man is believed to watch over his imitators with approval and pass the energy of fertility to the earth through his surrogates to awaken the earth from winter's sleep, bless the land, and encourage fertility in crops and livestock through the ancient ritual of sympathetic magic. Anyways, basically it's talking about a fresh start, new beginnings, enthusiasm, spontaneity, courage, potential, creativity, fertility, innocence, innovation, primal energy, fearlessness. That's kind of like, that describes spirit to me, you know, and that's probably the best way I can describe it for myself. And it's something that I'm understanding. Like, the more I get to understand myself in this world, the more I come to understand spirit and collective consciousness. So I feel like that's my current answer to the question, but like, what's more important is, what is your answer to the question? Every person on this planet has their own unique experience with spirit, with God, with whatever you want to call it, you know, the collective consciousness. And some people prefer not to call it anything. Some people prefer to label themselves as atheists and decide they don't want to like be into that, and they're just into like themselves, and that's their God, you know what I mean? Or it's not. Like, some people decide that like they don't even want to label anything. They don't even just want to acknowledge that. You know, it's really difficult not to like acknowledge the spiritual aspect of this life, but at the same time, everyone kind of engages with spirituality and with spirit differently. So it's important to understand that like the most important answer to this question is what you feel spirit is to you. And maybe that's a question you should meditate on. Maybe you should ask for spirit to show and reveal itself or themself to you. When I'm talking about spirit in my readings, sometimes I will just say spirit, or I will even say they, because to me it's like this collective consciousness. So anyways, ask who it is for you, and it will be revealed in different forms. You know, sometimes spirit is, you know, the stranger that holds the door for you. Sometimes spirit is the love that you give to another person. Sometimes spirit is like your lover or your spouse. Sometimes spirit is like the sun shining down on you. Sometimes spirit is like your dog. You know what I mean? Or, you know, nature. Spirit is all around, and it's part of everything and everyone, and it's what we call life. So open your eyes and realize everything's alive. All is spirit, all is energy, and start looking at this world a little differently. And the world of spirit is a completely different world than this world of matter. You know, we're not just matter, we are also energy, we're also frequency, we're also vibration. So that's my answer. So you want to know about your career in school. So let's start there. You're having a spiritual awakening. Your spiritual awakening starts by asking these types of questions, and then it sends you off on these quests, and then soon enough you find yourself awakening to the truth of like your higher self and like who you are and like who you're supposed to be. So I definitely see you awakening to your purpose, and this has a lot to do with your career. Obviously you want your career to be something that fulfills you and that uplifts you and is fun and that also, you know, helps other people. And so I see like this is your motivation to realize that like you do have a purpose here, and that purpose is inside of you and it will be revealed. And it's currently revealing itself. I want to pull some more cards about like your career. I have an entire separate reading that's a career and talents and gifts reading. So if you really want to go in depth on your career, we can go ahead and do that in another reading. But I'm just going to pull a couple more cards and then we'll move on to the other aspects. With my readings, you have the ability to purchase like, you know, a reading on multiple different topics or a reading on just one topic. And if you purchase just one topic, I will go really in depth on that. The more questions, sometimes the less in depth I go on certain topics, but I mean, yeah, you're taking a new path when it comes to love for sure. I mean, look at this. You're taking a new path when it comes to love. So, right now, you're supposed to be focused on your skills and focused on your creativity and like what's moving forward for you when it comes to your natural gifts and talents. I do see you taking a new path and it uniting you with a soulmate. So let's go ahead and ask more about your career. You want to know if you're going to be successful. Are you on the right career path? What's the next step? Yes, you will definitely meet your soulmate. We just answered that question. I see you like living kind of a traditional life at home, but perhaps being able to work from home. I see like you are kind of a hopeless romantic and you're looking for someone who's really going to sweep you off your feet, you know, like the movie The Notebook or something. And that's what this card means. And so you're really wanting like that, like a strong soulmate, a strong connection. I feel like for you, you feel like your career has a lot to do with your soulmate. You don't picture yourself really like you want support from a soulmate to help with your career. I feel like your soulmate has to do with that in a way, but like you need to start the career on your own before the soulmate enters the picture. Yeah, so they're saying you need to build the foundation with your career and with your business. Like a new foundation, a new beginning. Yeah. You know, there has been some struggle with insecurity. I'm seeing like you've been really nervous to brand yourself and put yourself out there and like start this business, because I feel like you have an idea to start a business. There's something coming through about a business. Oh my gosh, look, I just drew the green man. How funny. I feel like you have this idea to start this business, but there's something going on with your insecurity and your fears. And so I'm wondering like what the message is for you, like how to clear that block. They're saying spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. So yeah, you're in hermit mode right now. You're supposed to be spending time within. I see you spending a lot of time at home. And I even see you perhaps like cleaning things out, getting rid of old things, old clothes, just any old objects and items that no longer serve you, like lighting incense in your home, like creating like a sacred space, doing like an energetic clearing on your home, and creating a safe space for you to think and dream and mood board and plan. I really see you at this phase where you're mood boarding, you're planning, and you're trying to build this foundation for your business. And so they're saying empower yourself to move forward. And you can make anything happen when it comes to your career. This has to do with like what makes you happy, what your goals are, how you're going to serve others. And you know, I really felt kind of crazy when I realized that I had these clairvoyant gifts and my life path just kind of led me here. You don't really choose this path, it chooses you. And, you know, I got this guidance to, like, you know, start this YouTube channel and to put myself out there. But I had a lot of insecurities, so I completely understand how this feels. It's kind of reminding me of my own story. You know, struggling to feel comfortable enough to like post videos of myself and to talk about what was on my heart and to be honest with people and to share myself. And I feel like you're being called to a similar path. You're not being called to be an internet psychic. Don't worry. That's a very unusual path not many people are called to, but I'm seeing you being called to something that's like healing and creative, and you know, your sensitivity is going to be a part of this, and you're going to have to be vulnerable and put yourself out there to start your business and to be honest and be who you are, and you're going to have to empower yourself to shine your light and be who you are no matter what. And I feel like a part of your business is your intuitiveness, like, and so right now you're just kind of inside within trying to figure out like how you're going to come out with this and how you're going to do this and how you're going to move forward, and just trust your inner guidance. My inner guidance led me to do everything I've done so far, and it's amazing. It's incredible what you can accomplish when you just follow yourself and follow your truth, and surround yourself with people who like help you, like who help remind you to like be in touch with yourself and your truth, and like they give you the space to like be the hermit if you need to be. And yeah, beautiful messages coming out for you in your career. I feel like you're on the right path. I'm going to ask for any final messages. I would love to do a whole reading for you on this because I feel like this is a huge highlight in your life right now. But yeah, because there is a lot of change coming into this area, and I feel like, I'm feeling self-employment for you. A lot of you guys, honestly, who hit me up, and a lot of you guys who are watching this right now, I feel self-employment for a lot of you. I mean, how can you not? There's just like this huge opportunity right now to start like an awesome side hustle, like to sell some like stuff on Etsy, or like to start like a vintage shop, or to, put like a healing product or service out there, and to just be yourself, and draw abundance from like being who you are. And the thing that I love the most about this in my business is that I get to connect with other very healing, kind, kindred spirits. And like back when I used to have to work for the man, I didn't get to choose the kind of people I was around. And I had to be around all these narcissists and all these psychopaths and all these bullies and, empaths. We don't really do well around those people. We need to keep boundaries. We need to have lots of time on our own for introspection. We need to be in nature. We need that time for healing and quiet solitude. And I feel like this career has to do with you building a lifestyle that's going to be good for you. That's what you need to realize when it comes to career. A lot of people think that, it's not always about the job or the paycheck or, the benefits. It has to do with the lifestyle. Is it healthy for your body? I remember I used to do this job where it was like a lot of manual labor, and like it was fun for a while and it was passionate and I was a healer, but after a while my body was just breaking down. There comes a point where you're like, am I really going to suffer like for this paycheck? Even if it's something you love, even if it's something creative, like why not find a way to like have a side hustle, have a business online so that you can relax and do projects whenever you feel like it and for yourself instead of having to work for other people or work for the man. So on your own terms is what you can do when you follow your heart and you put your gifts and talents out there. All of you guys who are watching, especially you, the person who purchased this reading, you have natural gifts and talents, and those are your way forward. Your dreams, your passions, the things that give you joy, your gifts, your talents, the ways that you like expressing yourself. It's like a clue, it's like a hint to what you're supposed to do. And also that is going to be the channel for you to make the most abundance and the most money, because abundance flows where your energy and passion goes. And if your heart truly isn't into your career, if you're like, even if it's creative, but like if it's mentally fucking breaking you down or like physically tearing you apart, there's going to be a cap to how much money you can truly make and like how much abundance you can make. And when you work for yourself, it's unlimited abundance. When you double down on your gifts and talents, there's no stop. You can just keep going and going and going. So I encourage you guys to follow Gary Vee, Garyvee. He's inspired me a lot to like double down on my gifts and talents. Follow him on Instagram, Garyvee. He's trying to tell us that we should be working on this every day, our gifts and our talents, and like hustle and do what we love. And, stop hustling for the man, hustle for yourself. You might have to hustle for the man for a while and like on the side, like start your own thing. Okay. But, I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in all of you who are watching this. I believe in me. I freed myself from the man. I make my own schedule now. I do whatever I want. I wake up and I just live my life however I feel like it, and I still am living in so much abundance, and I believe all of you guys can too. Let's see what else the cards have to say. Aw, yeah, definitely you have some type of artistic abilities. Yeah, there's still hesitation. They're just saying, go easy on yourself. It's going to take some time to get your confidence and self-esteem to where you can really go full forward into what you're supposed to do, but like it's all part of the path. Every single job you've done, every single person you've met, every single thing that's happened has all been a part of the path. And it all starts making sense. Like the older you get, like the more lessons you learn, the more you look back, it starts to make sense. And trust in where you're at right now. The job you might get might seem really like useless to your future, but hey, there was this job I worked for the longest time that was customer service, and now I'm realizing that customer service is helping me a lot with my businesses that I'm running. So you just never know how it'll fit into the bigger picture. So let's move on to your soulmate. And then we'll pull some general messages for your future and end the reading. I got this for you. This is the first card I pulled. I pulled it to take the picture for the cover photo, and I was just like, oh my god, that's like intense. I don't want to like make that the cover photo. But here we are again with healing family issues. So let's go ahead and read this. Oh gosh. Sorry, I'm like, what is the alphabet? Here we go. The answers to your prayers about your love life are based in your feelings about your mother and father. The romance angels see that you benefit from releasing old anger toward one or both of them. I mean, yeah. That's because your feelings about your parents influence your choice of romantic partner and the way in which you deal with relationships. I got screwed when it came to this whole situation with a family growing up. And so it's really affected me and the way I connect with people romantically. And it's like been like my whole life, like learning how to like purge all of that and to be grounded and to be present and to learn how to open my heart to accept love from people and to not run away and to not be afraid and to not chase and to, yeah, just to balance in that area. And I'm still working on it. So I feel like we're all learning this together, you guys. And they're saying that it's time to forgive. To forgive someone, it doesn't mean that you're endorsing their behavior. The angels will tell you, rather, that doing so is a form of deep emotional detoxification. It means I'm no longer willing to carry toxic energy within my mind and body. When you find inner peace with your parents, you'll no longer need to attract unhealthy relationship patterns and partners as a way of healing family emotional wounds. All of your relationships, especially the one you have with yourself, will benefit. Work on this, you guys. This is the way forward for sure. So let's see anything else about this soulmate that's coming in. So I'm definitely seeing like this message for you to be playful. That's what's standing out for me. Like as you approach your love life, be playful. Because obviously there's some heaviness, there's some seriousness. They're saying pay attention to the red flags. They're saying you might have some baggage in this area and welcome to the club. And, you know, you're really looking for the one. You're going to have to like be open to releasing the past and like feeling like you have to wear a mask in a relationship in order to be loved. And dang, this is going deep. This is going deep. But I mean, I still see this passion card. I still feel like there's someone who's coming into your life that you're going to have a passionate connection with. They're going to help you heal a lot of these wounds. And that's a soulmate, you know? I see a soulmate coming for sure. And I see you in separation from someone, like an ex, like that you still are working on cutting cords with. And like as you cut cords with this person, you're learning that it's safe for you to love. They're saying, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So let's get some final messages for you about your future. Aw, they're saying spend some time out in Earth and like allow yourself to be nurtured by Mother Earth. And it's definitely time to set some goals for your future. And you definitely have a bright future ahead of you. I definitely see you, yeah, some kind of business with your career. Final message from the angel deck. This is my best friend's deck. I've like literally stolen it from her, but I have to give it back. I'm probably gonna buy my own. Okay, final message for you. Unity. I mean, yeah, there's a soulmate coming. They're saying seek out like-minded mentors and friends as you go through this shift. Like you're going through an awakening, so they want you to like try to seek out like-minded friends. I feel like there will be new people coming into your life for sure to help with this transition. More messages about you getting out into the earth. And they're saying that like there might be delays when it comes to what you're trying to manifest right now, but it's not like, in the meantime, you're going to be given a lot of guidance. You're going to be giving a lot of abundance, a lot of blessing, and a lot of direction on where you're headed next. So anything else that's coming through for you? Yeah, they're saying you're safe and protected. Yeah, and look, the message of abundance, confirming the new people and soulmates and friends that are coming into your life, confirming the opportunities that are coming in, confirming that it's time to empower yourself to move forward, put yourself out there. So I hope that this message resonated. I'm sending you so much love and light. Peace out.